All right, if you want the no spoiler review version, I will put a link, hopefully in the description. Let us get to it. Yeah, this was not bad, but it wasn't that good either. So we're two for two. With Superman also kind of disappointed me, but James Gunn did some really good things, and he made some controversial decisions. I disagree with him, but it's like, okay, he does know this character. He's making some pretty risky moves. This one is kind of the opposite. They changed a lot from the comics, but it's not improving things, and it's not really risky. That said, when they do stick to the details, it is a fun, enjoyable, family friendly film, even though technically the world is at stake. Oh, let's get to that. So basically, this speeds through the origin of the Fantastic Four. They are the only superhero team, apparently, on this new reality, and they've done a good job spreading peace. So even though it's set in the 1960s, there's really no real Cold War. They face off a number of supervillain threats, but it's the FF, so they can handle that. So we get a montage of them in action. That's the best part. I think the actors did a pretty good job, but yeah, they're a little stale. Like the conflict in the Fantastic Four comic books varies. Depends on which run, but they're more conflicted than this. Here they're like, yeah, they have a little few problems, but it's not that much. And I do appreciate small things like showing the thing is pretty Jewish. That's a nice little Easter egg. So if you are a comic book fan, you're gonna appreciate a lot of things. However, let's get to the complaining because the main thing is it was bonkers bad. It was like so dumb. So if you think, oh, they made it woke because you know, Silver Surfer's a woman. And again, this is only minor spoilers, but you know why? Because now Johnny and the Silver Surfer are have a relationship. Like why? Why would you? Oh my god, I'm gonna get a headache. There are so many stupid bad things. I don't know where to begin. And again, I understand for this story, it's this version of the characters, but still, you gotta be really careful when you do these things. You gotta be super careful, and they are not careful. They make so many mistakes and so many crazy things. So, for instance, Sue here is puzzlingly way more powerful. And she's already powerful in the Marvel comics, but they make her really powerful. How powerful? She's so powerful, she can push around Galactus. I'm not joking with you. Apparently, she's like, girl power. She can force back Galactus, who should be like a god. Like, and Sue is very powerful. But can she do that? No! She can't do that, but now she can. So, even though Galactus does look good, he looks very impressive. The voice acting, really strong. Again, the cast is good, but when it comes to the main story, after the montage, it's kind of lame. It is really lame. And I get it. It is meant to be a sci-fi silly movie, but like Reed's idea to deal with Galactus is like, what? What are you talking about? Like, no. What? Why? And they didn't even need it. And that brings up more questions. Like, wait a minute, wait. Well, if Sue and the team could defeat Galactus at the end, why don't you just do that at the beginning? I don't know. But were there good sequences? Yes. Like there are moments when the Silver Surfer is like really going fast. So I'm gonna say I know some people are gonna not believe me, but I would still say the Lawrence Fishburne version sounded better, looked better, felt better. Like, and again, this is not a bad movie, but the sections with Galactus and Silver Surfer, holy cow, they were really very uneven. So visually, in some places, they look really good, but some of the sequences look laughably bad. Like, there's a moment when the Human Torch, like, he barely looks like he has CGI. You're like, wait, what are they doing? So is it supposed to look bad? Is it like Superman? It's supposed to look goofy. It just looks stupid. It looked really stupid. But there were moments when Galactus and the Silver Surfer look impressive. I don't like the actress. I don't think she's a good version of Chala, whatever. I don't like this story. I think it's lame and stupid. But yeah, it was a headache. So is this woke? Oh, this is super uber woke. But I will say the woke thing is not the worst thing. But the woke thing gets really annoying. I mean, it's like apparently Sue has brought world peace. Huh? What? Why? Where? When did that happen? How does that? Oh my god. So it's like the complete opposite of Superman, but they end up in the same place. So with Superman, which makes more sense, they do have international conflict. And shocker, Lex Luthor's behind it. Okay, that's good. The story's still a little wonky, but I was like, all right, I can believe that. And Superman has to make tough choices. I can believe that. Here's like, we just have world peace. Like, what? Okay. And by the way, the woman who brings world peace, they get into a fight with her because Galactus makes a bargain. We're like, oh, I'll spare your world if I can get the kid, Franklin, who's the son of Sue and Mr. Fantastic. But you're like, listen, some of this is in the comics. It is true. Some of this is in the comics. However, it's not like this. So basically, they're like, no, I'm not going to give him my kid. And the world turns against Sue, but she gives a nice little speech, and they're like, oh, okay. So this is a jaw-droppingly weird, bad, good, excellent to just garbage film. It is everything. Like the things people were saying about Superman, you will find moments in Superman that are amazing, and then moments that are really stupid. And then moments like, oh, that was great. That's amazing. I always wanted to see that from the comics. I finally got it. Thank you, James Gunn. And there are other moments you're gonna be, wait, what? Why are they? No, they don't talk like that. They don't do that. Wait, why are we? Wait, what are we doing here? But I will say this: Gunn made one massive controversial choice, which people are still debating. I think we're going to be debating that for a while. They make like dozens of crazy changes, and it's like, okay, I can see why they did it in Superman. I do not understand why is Galactus so weak. That is like a central dilemma here. Like, why is he so weak? And the answer is, well, we got to get to Doom. We got to make Galactus really weak. We got to make Sue really strong, and we got to get ready for Doom. So again, minor spoilers. I'm not here to spoil the film. Does Doom show up? Yeah, he shows up at the end. Franklin has grown up a little bit, and Sue's like, "Oh no, a man in the hood is in my room." Dun dun dun. To be continued. So really, this film had an excellent beginning. It had a lot of potential, but yeah, the Galactus Surfer plot is just a means to an end to get the Doom. So it just feels like such a disappointment. But there was so much great stuff. I can't say it's a bad film, but I have to recommend it, saying it is good enough for the price ticket. But because it does look good, the music was good, but wow, they make so many crazy bad decisions. I'm like shocked at what they're doing because now that Sue is this powerful, it's like, well, she can obviously defeat Doom because she defeated Galactus and he's like a god. So are they going to make like Doom a super god? Is just creating so many issues and problems. So I am kind of angry, but at the same time, there were many good things here. So on balance, more good than bad. But wow, they have created a huge mess for themselves. And I'm going to be very curious if the Russos can cure it, but I don't think so. I think it'll just be like Endgame Infinity War. Yeah, we did really stupid stuff, but a lot of the Marvel fans love it. And that's where we are. Fantastic Four, pretty good at the beginning, but it just gets very mushy in the middle and at the end. So 7 out of 10. There we are.